Well, once again, I think Terman was setting me up with this going first thing, so I don't have time to get Jimmy Fallon to come in and do a rewrite of my script here. And how embarrassing is it that President Carter came up here without a script and spoke for 15 minutes, and, here I am. We've just heard from a former president of our great nation, a recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize, and unquestionably, along with his wife, Rosalind, one of the greatest humanitarians of our generation. We want to thank President Carter for being with us tonight, and I'm going to have a few additional words to say about him in just a couple moments. To the Publicity Club of Chicago, Jim and I humbly accept this award on behalf of our firm and our colleagues with gratitude and with pride. And being introduced by our longtime friend and TV news legend, Bill Curtis, makes this moment even sweeter. Thank you so much, Bill. There's an important program tonight and significant awards to be presented to professionals whom I believe represent the very best, the gold standard of the public relations and public affairs industry in this country. So I won't waste time, but we'll get right to the point. There's no way that I'd be standing here tonight without the guidance and commitment of my parents, but also the remarkable, talented, unselfish, and quite honestly, exemplary human beings who taught this undisciplined kid, and believe me, I was, everything they knew and everything I needed to learn. Here tonight to accept my profound and enduring gratitude are Adlai Stevenson, and I was a resident in their basement while I was going to college, Gene Callahan, and Mort Kaplan, who gave me my very first job in this industry and was my mentor. Not with us tonight, but equally important to my development was the late Paul Simon. From each of them, I learned my craft, but most importantly, the values of honesty, integrity, humanity, conscience, and commitment. Make no mistake about it, our firm, our success for over 33 years, has been the result of being blessed with some of the most talented, dedicated, and loyal colleagues to be found anywhere in this industry. To my founding partner, Jim Terman, thank you for your diplomacy, which of course I don't have, your willingness to be the networker in chief, which I'm not, your ability to operate our business successfully, and thank God at least one of us could do that, and for putting up with a guy in the next office who can frequently be a bit, quote unquote, out there. Congrats and much love to Wendy, Ada, and Neve. To our managing partner, Mary Patrick, who has somehow kept us all in line for almost 3 decades, while relentlessly and effectively serving the eclectic needs of hundreds of clients, there are truly no words to express what you mean to all of us. To our former partner and dear friend, Bill Strong, we are so grateful. We are so grateful for your wisdom, common sense, perspective, and amazing ability to absorb the incomprehensible and magically convert it into compelling messaging. I can only get into trouble trying to name more JT professionals. We have here tonight our current team in public affairs, digital strategies, and events and international advance, although I'll note that 2 members of the latter team are currently on assignment in Ethiopia and India. Thank you, one and all, for all you have done and continue to do. We also have here tonight many of our hundreds of JT alums, any number of whom have become respected competitors. We consider you all, past or present, the very best of the best. Neither I, nor especially Judy, planned for our 4 children to go into the communications or event advance field. Yet somehow, all of them did. Go figure. Amy, Chris, Andrew, Lauren, I am so incredibly proud of you and know Mom would be bursting at the seams over the adults you have become. Hector, Sam, Dan, and Maureen, I can't tell you how much it means to have you as such an important part of our family. Will, buddy, Bob loves you, and you will forever be my best buddy. Annie, you are so much like your grandma. It's the most wonderful blessing. Judy and I were married for 40 years when she succumbed to ovarian cancer in 2010. We weren't June and Ward Cleaver, as anyone who knew us in any way could attest. But she was truly my soulmate, partner, and compass. She always knew where to find true north. She always knew the right thing to do. She is ultimately the one who, as Jim alluded to, kicked both of us in the butt and told us to stop just talking about it and finally get started with the damn firm. She is the one, and I cleaned that up a little bit, by the way. If you want the full version, read the Wednesday Journal. She is the one who, although raising 4 kids with a husband traipsing around the globe, always said yes to special projects that used her considerable organizational skills. For example, the opening of the Carter Center, as President alluded to, the Clinton Library, the Million Mom March, Library of Congress trip to Russia, and so many more. I'm the only guy who dispatched his wife to Russia and found her stuck there on 9/11, and it took her over a week to get back with some of our team, some of whom are here tonight. There's not a day I don't miss her and understand the vital and incomparable role she played in any success I've ever achieved. I want to talk for just a minute in closing here about Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter is frequently described as the, quote, greatest former president this nation has ever seen. While it's hard to argue that fact, frankly, what this president accomplished over 4 difficult post-Vietnam and Watergate years deserves to be recognized as well, and recognized tonight. In just those 4 years, Jimmy Carter and his administration created 2 new cabinet-level departments, the Department of Energy and the Department of Education. How many of you didn't know that? He established a national energy policy that included conservation, price control, and new technologies. He took measures to improve the environment through the Alaska National Interest Lands Conservation Act and the Superfund Act, designed to clean up sites contaminated with hazardous substances. He espoused a process of bureaucratic streamlining and was responsible for deregulating the airline, trucking, rail, communications, and finance industries. A Democrat did that. Strongly promoted human rights during his tenure and initiated the Camp David Accords, the Panama Canal Treaties, and the second round of SALT II, the Strategic Arms Limitation talks. I'd like to close by quoting from President Carter's 1977 inaugural address. I went back and looked at it, and I was just struck by how what he said on that cold January day in 1977 resonates as powerfully, maybe even more so today. So I quote, "We have already found a high degree of personal liberty. and we are now struggling to enhance equality of opportunity. Our commitment to human rights must be absolute, our laws fair, our national beauty preserved, the powerful must not persecute the weak, and human dignity must be enhanced. We have learned that more is not necessarily better, that even our great nation has its recognized limits, and that we can neither answer all questions nor solve all problems. We cannot afford to do everything, nor can we afford to lack boldness as we meet the future. So together, in a spirit of individual sacrifice for the common good, we must simply do our best. Our nation can be strong abroad only if it is strong at home. And we know that the best way to enhance freedom in other lands is to demonstrate here that our democratic system is worthy of emulation. To be true to ourselves, we must be true to others. We will not behave in foreign places so as to violate our rules and standards here at home, for we know that the trust which our nation earns is essential to our strength. The world itself is now dominated by a new spirit. Peoples more numerous and more politically aware are craving and now demanding their place in the sun, not just for the benefit of their own physical condition, but for basic human rights. The passion for freedom is on the rise. Tapping this new spirit, there can be no nobler nor more ambitious task for America to undertake on this day of a new beginning than to help shape a just and peaceful world that is truly humane. That is the code that Rosalind and Jimmy Carter have lived by all of their lives. It was the code that Judy Jasculca lived by, and perhaps it is the code we should all embrace. Thank you, and God bless.